Hello everyone, I'm Kritika. I'm a member of IEEE WIE Singapore chapter. I'd like to welcome you to this session of interactive and inspirational series called Women in Engineering, Science and Tech. This is a proud initiative by IEEE WIE Singapore chapter. And in this series, we interview women who have been trailblazers in their respective domains and whose story is worthy of being shared as inspirational female leaders and mentors and whose journey we can learn from, and who can offer insights to women all over the world to unleash their full potential. With that, I would like to pass it on to Aditi, Nuri, and Shilpa here, who are going to conduct this interview session, this interactive session with me. And I hand it over to Aditi.
Thank you so much, Kritika, for the kind introduction to our series. Hi, everyone. My name is Aditi, and I'm also a member of Women in Engineering IEEE Singapore section. And so our guest for today is Leah Katago, and she's the Senior Director, Manufacturing Sciences and Technology, APAC at Johnson & Johnson's. So let's start this interactive session. And the first question for Yulia is, when you began your career many years ago, did you ever imagine that you would be a leader in your profession?
Question, Aditi. Definitely not. So when I took up chemical engineering, or when I decided to take chemical engineering, it was mainly driven by some people around me who I know have taken chemical engineering, and they're working in multinational company, and they have the title of scientist or process engineering, which for me is cool. So back then I was just excited with that. And I am a person who focuses on what's happening at the moment. So when I started my career, I was just enjoying my job. Every role that I have, I'm just focusing on what I can learn, what I am doing, and what I am contributing on those moments. And never that I thought or planned or envisioned anything along the path of being a leader where I am today.
Right. Thank you so much for the answer. So the next question is, women participation has been relatively low in engineering and technology. Can you share with us any of your experiences where you might have faced any biases, and how did you manage it?
I have worked in 3 other companies in the past. All are multinational, and all are heavily dominated by male. And being a woman coming from Asia, coming from a third world country, it was a challenge. And when we are working here in Asia Pacific, it's by nature that we look highly at Western people. So the color of the skin comes with a default respect and perception that they're more knowledgeable than us. So that was very challenging for me at the beginning, but I was lucky to work with great companies, great leaders who helped me to be successful. And 8 years ago, before I left Philippines, and before joining a regional organization, my boss back then thought that it will be good for me if I will be going to the headquarters of the company in Europe, to build connection, of course, to build the knowledge, that's part of it. But the other part is to build credibility, because I am a woman, I was young back then. So I need something to bring along with me, you know, to gain the respect of a regional role that I will be doing. And it worked, but it's not only about that. I have to do my part as well. And for me, what worked was, you know, trying to learn fast, focusing on what is needed, what matters. At the same time, collaboration and engagement with different cross-functional teams or people that I am working, and looking beyond my role, because it is important that you have the understanding of the interdependencies and connection of your role to other people, because that makes it effective. And that works, and it is still working until now. So that for me is my way of navigating myself in this very difficult profession and industry that we are in.
Right. I have also seen that women in tech who do not have many who basically do not have many companions in the industry or in the company they are working in, they often suffer from imposter syndrome, as in they don't feel like they belong or they deserve the kind of success they have received. So do you have any thoughts on that? As in, have you ever felt like an imposter ever? And if yes, then how did you overcome that?
I have seen people like that in companies where I have worked in the past. I never experienced, because by nature, I'm a person who wants to get along well with people. So I do my part in exerting or reaching out to people, building connection with them, so that I feel inclusive, because inclusivity is not only one way; it's two way. You have to do your part also to be inclusive. And if I feel that I am feeling that I am not part of a community or a group where I am in, I'm finding even little ways how I embed myself, how I engage in conversation. So for me, that would always be a suggestion to people who are experiencing such things. So try to find your way, and don't give up. Don't give up, because at the end of the day, you will find your way, that people will feel that, oh, you wanted to be included, and there will always be good people around who will pull you, and will make you feel comfortable if you're not.
I think that's a very unique perspective to this question. And yeah, I definitely agree that anywhere that you see that there is a sense of belongingness, you instantly feel more comfortable. And definitely, we ourselves should also make efforts to feel inclusive. So moving on to the next question. What are some of the strategies that can help women to be a leader in engineering and technology?
I never had a strategy, actually, but I can share what worked for me. When I was in the university, so we had a 6 months internship or on the job training. And then I went to a manufacturing facility, because I took up chemical engineering. And after that 6 months, I realized that operation or production is something that excites me. So I was clear to myself. And then after that, when I started to work, I didn't picture what I wanted in my career. I started in the laboratory. I was enjoying what I am doing, and I just opened myself to any opportunities or possibilities that is opening up. Being curious as well helps. And the point earlier on being open, because sometimes even if you picture or you write what you wanted to be, sometimes opportunity is not aligned with what you want. So you just need to be open and flexible, as long as the opportunity that is opening up is aligned with the things or the roles that will excite you. So that matters most. And again, going back to one of my points earlier, where collaborating, engaging with people, it helps a lot. So for me, these things work. So basically, knowing what you want, being open to possibilities, because sometimes you cannot dictate what's happening in the company. And when you are engaged and collaborating with people that you are working, even if work is very stressful, you will find it fulfilling, and you will enjoy what you are doing.
I think being open is the most underrated thing that exists, and I think that's great piece of advice for women out there. The next question is, have you drawn professional inspiration from other women? Tell us about someone who has inspired you.
The professors with doctorate degree, or the managers, the leaders that I have worked in the past who are women. And I always feel inspired by how they reached there. They reached to the top. And even until now, the women leaders in J&J who are really, senior leaders, I really admire them for being there, because I know that being a woman is tough, especially if you get such a high position. So it's like always being observant of the leaders around you, and whenever they are women, it automatically catches my attention, and I always observe like how they behave, how they talk, how they ask questions, how they think. And from there, I draw inspiration. And at the same time, I also learn from them.
Right. I think that's exactly how we are right now, drawing inspiration from you.
Oh, thank you.
I think all the answers have been like so humbling and like so calm and composed. That's something that we learn observing leaders like you. And like how you said, keeping yourself open. So it wasn't just like a statement, but this is what you have been doing it naturally, and which has led you thus far. So this is something like a proven way that has worked, and something that we could learn and try to implement in our lives. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much
No.
for the simple advices, but that makes a very large impact.
Thank you, Kritika.
So what are some of the ways in which you try to stay grounded and take care of yourself?
I must admit, when I was at the peak of my regional role in the past, I would say I really work long hours, late night, because when you are working in a regional role, it's inevitable. You have to take night calls, and the reality is 8 hours, 9-hour work. It's not sufficient. And I see myself working 16 hours, which after a couple of years, I realized it is not healthy. I mean, it's great for the company. It's great for me because I'm delivering a lot, but it's not good for my health. And COVID actually helped me. So the last 2 years that we mostly work from home, that is when I developed the habit of putting a break, putting a stop at a certain period of time. So great discipline comes with it. So I decided to put a timing, a stop where the day will end on a certain period of time, and then I will engage myself with exercise. And then after that, I will resume again at night. So I need to make sure that I have a moment to free up myself, my mind again from work during the day. And then as the week ends, I listen to my body. If I feel like I wanted to meet up with friends because I wanted to share with them the challenges, or I wanted to laugh with them, I always make sure that I am together with a great company of friends, and that helped a lot. But also, I need to make sure that Sunday is again my day. It's my day to recharge, and as much as possible, don't stress myself from so many schedules of meetups and other errands that I need to do. So that's what I see helping me with coping up on the demand of the work, and at the same time, being healthy and having so much energy also that is needed to deliver at work.
Thank you so much for this very profound answer. So moving on to the final question. Your journey has been more than empowering. What will be one profound piece of advice that you would give to aspiring young women in today?
Me, engineering and technology is really evolving super fast. So we see today all the developments when we were talking about digital analytics, robotics, and all these things. If we come to think of it, many years ago, those are not existing. So in the past, everything is manual. When we wanted to, in operation, when we wanted to capture like downtimes, stoppages in production, but today you can put sensors. You can use them to generate insights, data that you can use, and you can even predict when things will gonna fail or something will have an issue. So it has really evolved, and it is still continuing to evolve. So engineering and technology is such an exciting area, non-stop in the space of equipment and in its space even of building the capability of people. Because along with the technology, the different skill sets of the people that you are meeting, that you will be leading, is also changing. And for those people who feels like working in engineering and technology will not bring you to the CEO position in a company, that is wrong, because I have seen CEOs who were scientists before, who worked in production also before. So it's a great industry to explore and be at.
Right. Right. Thank you so much, Leah, for that answer. I think the last statement of yours was quite relieving for us, because all of us are PhDs here. And I can at least speak for myself that I would want to go in the industry after my graduation. So that's a relief. So thank you so much, Leah, for taking out the time today for doing this interview with us and sharing such wonderful insights. Nouri,
It's an honor for me, and thank you also for inviting.